Just in time for the news here on Lookuptv. This is Lookup Weekend with me, Brian Amuai. Top stories tonight. Tonight on Lookup Weekend.
Leo tofauti wamekuwa wanatoa ahadi tofauti. Lakini tunaweza kusema kwa jumla ati yale ambayo wamejaribu kufanya haijafika kile kiwango ambayo wananchi walikuwa wanatarajia.
President William Ruto has scored an easy D-, says Azimio leader Raila Odinga as he rates the government 1 year in office. Also tonight,
how are you? I'm very well. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Wonderful. Good.
Ruto promotes Kenya as a hub for tech and manufacturing as he meets tech giants in his US tour. And
unapoanza kupoteza watu zaidi ya 5 kwa muda ya wiki 2 si jambo nzuri.
More than 5 people have died in 2 weeks due to family disputes in the Mount Elgon region. Alright, you can be part of the program tonight by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amoy Brian on Twitter, at Lookuptv. The hashtag we are using tonight is Lookup Weekend. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we do welcome your feedback on those particular social platforms, and I'll be able to sample some of it as we continue the program tonight. We do welcome you to tell us exactly where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Philista Adundo. We start from the political front. 1 year in office, Azimio leader Raila Odinga has today rated President William Ruto's government, giving it a D- of 30%. Odinga said the Ruto administration has performed poorly and dismally, accusing the administration of failing to fulfill their campaign promises, including giving the youth jobs. As the Kenya Kwanza government settles in office a year later, the Ruto-led administration has been on the receiving end from the public as it is put to task to account for the achievements a year later after ascending to power. ODM leader Raila Odinga on Saturday poked holes into the Ruto-led government, giving them a D- for their overall performance.
And constitutional issues is Article 10 of the Constitution, which provides for national values and principles of governance. And our take is that on all aspects of Article 10 of the Constitution, the Kenya Kwanza government has performed below par on all aspects of that article. We have split this presentation in.
This assessment has been done, and we have done the rating on the basis of the information you have received here. Our scorecard for this regime is 30%. That is D-.
The Orange Democratic Movement Party leader tore into the performance of the Kenya Kwanza administration, claiming that the government has been a disaster for the country.
Imeanguka. Mzigo umekuwa kubwa zaidi, sasa punda imeanguka chini. Wakati itafika, hivi karibu inakuja, tutaongea na wananchi. Lakini vile mnavyojua tumekuwa tukisanya masahihi kutoka kwa Wakenya. Masahihi tumesanya imeshafika milioni 10 na zaidi. Sasa imetosha gari. Na tunajua yale kile ambayo tutafanya na hiyo sahihi. Mara hii haitakuwa sisi tunaambia wananchi warudi kwa barabara. Hapana. Wananchi wakirudi watarudi kwa mambo mengine tofauti kabisa. Sitaki kusema wakati huu, manake nitakuwa mimi nimetoa maneno mapema.
Raila's Azimio coalition accused Ruto's administration of failing to give millions of youths jobs he promised them during campaigns. Raila termed a great betrayal the free fall of the Kenyan shilling, saying it has made the lives of Kenyans unbearable.
Shirika yani waajiri, Federation of Kenya Employers, ndio naongea wakilia kwa niaba ya wafanyikazi. Chama ambaye imewekwa pale nitakana ikuwa inatetea wafanyikazi ambayo ni KOTU imenyamaza kimya. Hatujasikia KOTU, sauti ya KOTU hata kidogo. Bwana Atuli hayuko pale yote. Shenzi sana.
Brian Mwai, Lookuptv. Away from that, President William Ruto has visited Silicon Valley in San Francisco to sell Kenya as a prime technology hub. Now, during an investment forum and engagement, Ruto said that Kenya is a full package investment destination with a favorable tax environment.
How are you? I'm very well. Thank you very much.
President Ruto's visit to Silicon Valley, San Francisco, USA shows Kenya's commitment to tech innovation, as the visit aims to enhance investment opportunities and trade relations with the USA, with a focus on nurturing Kenya's thriving startup sector known as Silicon Savannah.
I have come to the Silicon Valley to underscore the Kenya government's strategic intent to support, through infrastructure and other investment, the enhancement of Kenya's position as the epicenter of Africa's innovation and technological transformation.
While meeting with tech leaders of Microsoft, Intel, Google, Apple, among other moguls, Ruto hinted at a partnership between international tech giant Apple and Safaricom mobile money platform M-Pesa, saying the new partnership will incorporate another international payment firm, PayPal, to accommodate global customers.
Safaricom is developing a partnership with Apple to integrate M-Pesa and its PayPal platform to extend M-Pesa's transactional reach globally.
President Ruto has assured foreign investors that Kenya is positioning itself as Africa's business outsourcing and creative economy hub, establishing an efficient digital connectivity and a growing workforce which is ready to power the expansion of these companies across the African continent.
Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, is your gateway to the Silicon Savannah, to the East African community, the most integrated regional market of 500 million people. It is also a gateway to the Pan-African market of 1.4 billion people.
In an address to leading US technology companies and investors, Ruto highlighted Kenya's investment opportunities, lauding his administration for putting in place strategic priorities.
For technology to play its role as the great equalizer, it must be supported through investment to become widely available, and working between government and the private sector is a necessity, if not an imperative.
Amin Abdurrahman, Lookuptv.
Amina, for that particular report. Moving on, at least 5 people have been reported dead in the last 2 weeks in Chebwek area of the Mount Elgon region, resulting from increased family disputes. Now, with tension in the region high, Area Police Commander Francis Koholi has called for an urgent meeting with village elders to find a long-lasting solution to the matter. He further called on residents to solve their differences through dialogue.
Family disputes may be common in many regions, but in Chebwek area of Mount Elgon, the disagreements lead to death. Fear has engulfed the region, which has witnessed at least 5 deaths in just a fortnight.
We had community engagement meeting here to deliberate on issues affecting the members of the public for this area, Chebwek. And we've come here as a result of many cases as a result of domestic violence, and also on the issue of love triangle. And we've decided to come here and engage the community on the need to solve these issues amicably using diplomacy.
The area police commander Francis Koholi was forced to call for a crisis meeting with village elders to find a permanent solution to the issue, which has claimed lives of their family and friends.
Unapoanza kupoteza watu zaidi ya 5 kwa muda ya wiki 2, si jambo nzuri. Wengine saizi wako admitted hospitali
kwa sababu ya mambo ambayo yanaweza kusuluhishwa. Serikali inaangalia watu waishi, wacha kifo ya kawaida ipate mtu.
And we were just activating the structures that are in place, because normally we have structures, we have Pakumi, community policing and peace committees where they can solve these issues without resulting to deaths. You know, for us, we value lives. And that's why you see the government is committed to issues of security and giving it a priority. So this is just a measure to come and be proactive to ensure that the locals are safe and there are structures that can be used than resulting to these violent means.
Besides the rampant family wrangles, Koli has also warned the residents against forest encroachment to avoid human-wildlife conflicts, adding that plans are underway to resolve land disputes. Beatrice Kageha, Lookuptv.
Now, the government is committed to protecting Kenya's interests and assets both online and offline. Now, speaking during a public participation exercise on the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Draft Act at the Regional Commissioner's Plenary Hall in Nakuru, Cybersecurity Policy and Standards at the Coordination Committee, David Njoga, stated that there has been an increase in cases of cyber espionage operations in recognition of threats posed by cyber attacks.
Speaking during a public participation exercise on the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Draft Act at the Regional Commissioner's Plenary Hall in Nakuru, Head of Cybersecurity Policy and Standards at the Coordination Committee, Dr. Njoga said there has been an increase in cases of computer network attacks, online theft, hacking, identity theft, among others.
Espionage, ujasusi, false publications. These ones, we know them on Twitter, on Facebook. Publication of false information, child pornography.
He noted that efforts are underway to harmonize the government's policy and legal framework on cybersecurity with global instruments. Dr. Njoga explained that the draft Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act 2023 intends to provide a framework to monitor and respond to cybersecurity threats within Kenya's cyberspace.
The draft regulations talk about some key areas, one of which is the management of cybersecurity using cybersecurity operation centers. The other one is protection of critical information infrastructure, which supports the livelihood and the economy of our country. There's also the concern and the domain in the regulations highly highlighted, which is capacity building, so that we can have skills, tools, technologies which are homegrown to support our digital ecosystem.
The Ministry of Interior and National Administration said that it has published a public participation and consultation notice inviting individuals and organizations to submit their comments on the draft regulations in order to make the exercise effective.
Country, meeting the public to get their comments on these drafts and how to improve them. So here in Nakuru, we've also been having that meeting, and it was successful.
The exercise will run until September 22nd in Nyanza, Central, Western, Rift Valley, Eastern and Northeastern and Nairobi counties. Aludagal, Lookuptv.
Away from that, in a bid to curb the effects of climate change in the region, a school in Garissa County has resulted in irrigation farming to address food scarcity and lack of firewood. Kevin Nyapara now reports.
As most parts of the country continue to face the harsh effects of climate change, such as prolonged droughts, low or no rainfall, high temperatures, food insecurities, among others, a section of Garissa County, which has been one of the most hard-hit counties, are now turning into irrigation farming to sustain their livelihood. Kuno Primary School in Balambala sub-county in Garissa has taken the initiative to plant their own food and over 250,000 trees, which they use for their firewood.
We have received visitors from the NDMA, and we appreciate them, the support that they gave us. Here where we are, we have two farms in Kuno. There is a farm A and farm B. In farm A, we have a certain tree by the name Gliricidia. These tree we have planted in farm A, and they are around 250,000 trees. And according to the directive of the president, we want to exit until we reach a maximum of 1 million trees in Kuno location.
The school has installed a solar-powered water pump to pump water from River Tana, which is 6 kilometers away from their farms.
We not only support to grow these trees, which is used for fodder, as well as firewood, which is used by the school as well as the community, but also this farm produces food crops. And the food crops support the school. It sustains the students in the school. Most of the children in this school, the people are actually nomadics from the pastoralist. And this is one of the schools that they have within this sub-county.
NDMA is celebrating that partnership by planting 300 trees, fruit trees on this farm.
Kevin Nyapara, Lookuptv.
All right, time to take a short break here on Lookup Weekend. Continue engaging us on our socials, that is at Lookuptv. On Facebook, we do welcome your feedback. Tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories you're running today. Edwin Kiongozi says, let people harvest their seasonal fruits. It's time for the choices they made. This is in regards to the story we ran earlier on about Raila Odinga giving Kenya Kwanza government a D-minor as vetting their performance. Right, we take that break. We'll be back in a moment.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park, fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Realize your home ownership dream by investing in Brookvale Tuala, a magnificent prime residential property located in Ongata, Rongai. Brookvale Tuala by Safaricom Investment Cooperative overlooks the majestic Ngong Hills and lies only 24 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. The project boasts of well-serviced plots with a perimeter wall, graded roads and a borehole. 50 by 100 plots are going for 1.4 million shillings with a flexible payment plan of up to 6 months. To book your plot, call 0729 121212 today. Safaricom Investment Cooperative, the investment partner of choice.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Lookup Weekend. Let's continue with the news tonight. Now, residents of Pura and Lolomong areas in Samburu County are living in utter fear after a recent banditry attack which left a 75-year-old man dead and 2 others nursing serious injuries at the Samburu Referral Hospital.
A state of insecurity has spread in the Lolomolog area in Samburu County after a 75-year-old man was attacked and shot by bandits when he was in his maize farm. 2 herdsmen who were also in the homestead survived, with one sustaining bullet wounds on the chest and the other bullet wounds on both legs. The 2 are currently receiving treatment at Samburu Referral Hospital. Samburu Council of Elders has raised concern over the lack of insecurity in the region and are now calling on the Interior CS Kithure Kindiki to take action and return calmness in Samburu.
Bwana Waziri Kindiki, tumeshoka sana. Jameni, tumechoka kupoteza watu na kuwa na walemavu kila mara. Tumekuwa na ufamisi jana Lolmolok ambaye vijana wawili wamejaribiwa na wako hospitali hii ya level ya Maralal. Sisi tunapigwa tu katika kaunti yetu. Tunapigwa katika area zetu, tunapigwa kwa mashamba yetu. Maana mzee hata huyu alipigwa akiwa shambani kushunga nuku, maana shamba imeiva.
The Kenya military KDF has been blamed for failure to effectively execute their job, given that their camps are in the proximity of the area.
Na tunataka kusema kwamba jeshi wale wako pura wamekuwa watu ya compromise. Wakora wamekuwa na hideout, wamekuwa na hotspots, wamekuwa katika county yetu na tuiendi county yao, na sasa serikali wamefail na kufail kutoa watu katika area hiyo. Jeshi hiyo ya pora itolewe basi, kama hakuna kazi watafanya.
Wanjiko Njoroge, Lookuptv.
Now, in preparation for the El Nino rain, Samburu County Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works has unclogged and widened drainages in Maralal town to ensure proper water drainage. Faith Bonareri reports on this and more from the counties.
Samburu County government has planned to unclog drainage in Maralal town as preparedness measures ahead of the El Nino rains. The Road and Transport Chief Officer, Sarafinola Sanguriko, say the preparation activities of clearing drainage will help avoid damages like overflowing and destroying houses as the El Nino rains is about to start.
Historically, this is a waterway, but we have had constructions on this, and that is the outcry that is coming now because the waterway has been blocked. That is one of the main reasons of blockage and causing flooding at the lowlands. Our procurement process to ensure that the lives of the Samburu people is safe.
Elsewhere in Kirinyaga County, education stakeholders have agreed to work together in a bid to improve the standards of education in the area. Speaking after a meeting at NCDF offices at Kerugoya town, Kirinyaga Central MP Gachoki Gitari say that the plan will improve infrastructure which will give teachers and students good learning conditions. In other news, Kajiado County government has launched an environment watchdog unit to make the town clean. The 3 departments that launched the project promise to work together to address the garbage management in a bid to conserve the environment. In the meeting, Kajiado Senator Samuel Seki said that the project will help achieve their goals of keeping Kajiado town the cleanest.
Mara nyingi towns zetu katika Kenya nzima zinapata shida ya kuwa allocated pesa ambayo inaweza kutosha. So hii idea ama the agenda of the governor to say kwamba anataka kuangazia mambo ya municipalities, tunashika mkono kama Senate na tunataka kuangazia hiyo kwa kirefu.
Finally, elderly and young women are being empowered by National Council of Churches of Kenya (NCCK) to support UN security resolutions on peace promotion at family and social levels. Speaking at Getembe Church of God in East Africa, Kenya in Kisii town, the religious leaders urged the nation to promote peace in order to avoid violence among themselves. Faith Bonareri, Lookuptv.
Now let's get sporty tonight. 30 participants earned their CAF D certificates in Mathare in a course under the teaching of FKF instructor coach George Mwangi. Now FKF aims to establish a clear pathway for players to transition into coaching roles Among the participants were 3 active football players. Now highlighting the growing importance of planning for life beyond the pitch, the courses aim to help footballers to consider their post-football futures, allow them to stay connected to the sport, and also contribute to nurturing the next generation of football talent within the country.
People kwa ghetto at least wakuwe na life poa.
Coaching course generally tunasema tutakuwa na very talented players wenye wana understand demands za industry ya football. Kama tutaendelea kuwa na hizi courses kwa wingi na makocha wakifuata zile instructions tunapatiwa, zile lessons tunapewa ni important sana kwa growth ya mtoi. Juu unapata kila stage kuna jinsi ya kuhandle mtoi kwa kila stage. So mtoi akigrow unapata physically, mentally, tactically ako fit.
I think in everything you need certification. So with this, I think I'll grow in terms of heights and also in the pathway of coaching, because when I have CAFD, at least I'll be looking forward to do CAFC. With that, maybe you never know. The next day I'll be the national team coach, and without these papers, I can't go anywhere.
Now, 7 Fox Imani Half Marathon is set to be held tomorrow in Embu County for the first time. The marathon, which is organized by Athletics Kenya, comprises 5-kilometer races for children, 10 kilometers and 21-kilometer races. 7 Fox Half Marathon intends to raise funds to sponsor orphans access education in the country.
Kile kitu tunajitayarisha katika marathon yetu, tumeipanga vizuri, iko kwa kalenda. Nirudishie K yetu ikiongozwa na General 2A shukran kwa kutupea hii ikiwa ya kwanza katika Embu and Eastern, na tunajua tumejitayarisha vizuri. Tena nikimalizia hapo nitaongea mambo ya doping kidogo. Kwanza nirudishie our generali wetu, who is our president, General 2A, shukran mingi sana kwa sababu amepigana sana na ugonjwa wa doping. Amejaribu kabisa, na sisi zote taifa mzima tunatakiwa kumunga mkono, kwa sababu kila mahali tunapoenda na tukiwa na riadha lazima tuwe na anti-doping. Wanariadha wetu wote wafanyiwe hiyo, na ameimiza hiyo ili isije ikawa mzigo katika taifa letu.
Now to our last story tonight, new entrants in the National Super League, Rainbow, began their debut with 1-0 against Darajani Gogo today at Kasarani Annex. Now, the lonely goal for Stanley Ukumbi's side was netted by Tyrone Karaoke in the 35th minute of the first half.
From defending to attacking to transition play, si tumekuwa slow kidogo, lakini hao wameifanya poa juu walikuwa wamegeti bao mapema.
New league yenye tumekuja, naweza sema imekuwa fit because we have won. Yeah, but kucheza fiti hatujacheza fiti sana because we have new players wenye tunatry kule waleta pamoja na the other players wenye walikuwa last season. Hata saa hii
I've come to the end of our program tonight here on Lookuptv. I do want to thank you so much for making time, but before I let go, I do want to read some of your feedback here and see exactly what you're saying. Let me check this. Ras Odis says 30% is more. This is in response to the story that we are doing about Raila Odinga giving 30% to the Kenya Kwanza administration as far as performance is concerned. James Nganga says watching moja kwa moja nikiwa Ruaka na marafiki zangu. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do not take that for granted. Nicodemus Okindo says watching from South B Riverbank Esther. Thank you so much, Nicodemus. Jobas Ongaro says from Brook Kericho. Then comes back and says watu wacha wakule ujinga yao. tuliwaonya lakini mkashindwa kuheshimu. Kuleni ngumu hadi tena waongeze in regards to the cost of living, I believe. And we have Cliff Otieno Juma says, Cliff watching from Kisumu live. Thank you so much, Cliff, for tuning in. We do not take that for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for your feedback and making sure that you tune in to Lookuptv Weekend every day of the week and every weekend for the news making headlines across the country. On behalf of everybody that has made this program a success tonight, I do want to thank you so much for watching. Let's do this again tomorrow on Lookup Weekend with me, Brian Amwai. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Philista Adundo. Good night. God bless you.